As Congress turns on Trump's Iran adventure, is Tehran now watching what may be its greatest victory on American soil, a political revolt it could never have achieved on the battlefield? At perhaps Trump's weakest moment of the war, is Iran achieving what it never could militarily, forcing Washington to question, stall, and even try to legally chain down his ability to keep attacking? When 8 Republicans suddenly vanish from the chamber and a vote to limit Trump's Iran war powers is pulled, did a quiet act of disappearance just hand the White House a few more precious weeks? And as Capitol Hill fumbles and delays, is Congress inadvertently handing Tehran a strategic gift, openly exposing the split inside America over how far to push this war? With members of Trump's own party flirting with a revolt on war powers, is his Iran campaign now facing not just missiles from Tehran, but open rebellion from Republicans in Washington? Amid mounting backlash over the Iran war, lawmakers from both parties have banded together around a measure designed to limit Trump's authority to keep U.S. forces in the fight indefinitely. On May 21st, Republican leaders abruptly pulled a planned House vote that would have restricted Trump's Iran war authority, stopping the roll call just as it was about to test party discipline. The resolution would have ordered the president to withdraw U.S. forces from hostilities against Iran unless Congress explicitly approved continued operations. Democrats on the floor immediately claimed Republicans delayed because the measure finally had enough support to pass, turning the cancelled vote into a symbol of growing unease in the GOP. As Republican leaders moved to punt the debate into June, Democrats shouted "You don't have the votes" across the chamber, underscoring how close the rebellion against Trump's war had come. The war powers effort had already failed 3 times, including a dramatic 212-212 tie just a week earlier. But each attempt brought it nearer to success. This time around, several Republicans had signaled they were ready to break ranks, giving Democrats new confidence that a bipartisan majority could be assembled. Afterward, Speaker Mike Johnson dodged direct questions about why the vote was pulled, while Majority Leader Steve Scalise blamed the move on Republican absences rather than fear of defeat. A previous roll call had shown 8 Republican members missing from the chamber, giving leaders a procedural pretext to delay the showdown until June. Under House rules, the chamber will now be forced to bring the measure up when it returns on June 2nd, turning that day into a fixed point for the next Iran war fight on the Hill. The resolution, led by Democrat Gregory Meeks, would allow only the forces needed to repel imminent attacks on the US or its allies, cutting off legal cover for broader offensive operations. Even if the measure passes both the House and Senate, Trump can veto it, and current vote count suggests Congress does not have the 2/3 majority needed to override that veto. Trump launched the joint US-Israeli war on Iran in late February without a fresh, formal authorization from Congress, relying instead on old powers and emergency justifications. Recent polling now suggests most Americans oppose the conflict, as fuel prices spike and supply shocks work their way through the economy. Pentagon figures indicate that at least 13 U.S. service members have been killed and hundreds more wounded since the fighting began. One major network has reported that the war has already cost around $25 billion, fueling anger among both voters and lawmakers who see little clear endgame. Trump and his allies argue the war is necessary to keep Iran from fielding a nuclear weapon, claiming the strikes have degraded Tehran's capabilities and deterrence. Critics counter that Congress never voted to authorize this specific operation, accusing the White House of bypassing the Constitution and sidelining the legislature. Under the 1973 War Powers Resolution, presidents can deploy forces into hostilities for 60 days before needing explicit congressional approval. Trump has argued that the law doesn't apply in the usual way because the ceasefire temporarily paused hostilities, which he claims reset the 60-day clock. This internal strife in Washington comes just as the White House has intensified its victory-themed rhetoric on Iran, praising battlefield gains while facing a growing revolt back home. Trump made fresh remarks on the Strait of Hormuz as tensions with Iran continued to escalate. The US president said Washington opposes any effort to impose tolls on ships crossing Hormuz. His comments came amid reports that Iran was discussing a formal toll arrangement with Oman. According to Bloomberg, such a system could cement Tehran's long-term control over maritime traffic in Hormuz. Trump also claimed Iran was facing mounting financial losses due to reduced shipping activity in the region.
Iran is negotiating with Oman to set up a formalization of charging tolls in the Strait of Hormuz. Is that acceptable to you?
Well, we're looking at it. We hear about it. They've negotiated. They've had a relationship with them before. And we'll see. We have total control of the Strait of Hormuz, as you know, with our blockade. The blockade's been 100% effective. Nobody's been able to get through. It's like a steel wall. It's our Navy. We have the greatest military anywhere in the world. We wiped out their Navy. We wiped out their air. I think they're down to about, I would say we knocked out 85% of their missile capacity. It's very hard for them now to build missiles, to build drones. We have great drone technology, anti-drone technology now that, frankly, we didn't have even 2 months ago. We have unbelievable drone technology, both for making them and also for knocking them down. But look, we're going to either make sure they don't have a nuclear weapon, or we're going to have to do something very drastic. And the people of the country, I believe when it's put to the people of our country, they will all agree that we cannot let Iran have a nuclear
How
weapon.
do you want things to end up? Let me just one follow-up on that. How do you want things to end up with the Strait of Hormuz, though? Would you like them to have
we
control
want it
of that?
open. We want it free. We don't want tolls. It's international. It's an international waterway. They're not charging tolls. Right now, they are losing $500 million a day is what it's projected. I don't know, it sounds like a lot of money, but whether it's 500 or 200 or 300, they're losing a lot of money. There hasn't been a ship that's been able to get through without our approval. And the Navy has done an amazing job. And no ship is going to Iran, as you know. No ship is going to, or out of Iran without our approval. We have total control of the Strait of Hormuz, as you know, with our blockade. The blockade's been 100% effective. Nobody's been able to get through. It's like a steel wall. It's our Navy. We have the greatest military anywhere in the world. We wiped out their Navy. We wiped out their air. I think they're down to about, I would say we knocked out 85% of their missile capacity. It's very hard for them now to build missiles, to build drones. We have great drone technology, anti-drone technology now that, frankly, we didn't have even 2 months ago. We have unbelievable drone technology, both for making them and also for knocking them down. But look, we're going to either make sure they don't have a nuclear weapon, or we're going to have to do something very drastic.